Hey, General Music, here is your 3-minute rundown on folk music. Alright, I'm done playing now. Okay, what is folk music? Folk music is music created and performed by common people, or the folk, and passed down from generation to generation. What cultures make folk music? Folk music is found in every culture and is created by the common people of that culture. Since every culture is different, there are different kinds of folk music. Here I have a picture of some Indian folk musicians playing on traditional Indian instruments. Where do folk songs come from? Folk songs are rarely written down. Instead, they are sung and then passed from one person to the other just by singing together. Because they are shared from one person to another person, folk songs are usually easy to sing or play. So now I have a picture of a mother singing to a baby. Does this ring any bells in terms of folk songs that you may have heard when you were a baby and you were growing up? This could be lullabies that your mom sang to you, perhaps. What kind of instruments are used? Because folk music is created by common people, instruments that might be used are easily accessible. Guitar, banjo, bass, fiddle, and cajon. And what's a cajon? A cajon is this right here. This is a drum that you sit on while you play, and it's really great because it's not too loud. And so when folk musicians play, it's usually in a small space with only a few people, and if they're going to perform at all. And so they might be using a cajon as their drum. Okay. And how is folk music performed? Folk music is usually not performed, but rather shared, in hopes of sharing the story or song with more people. Because it is not intended to be performed, folk music is shared in small spaces with little to no audience so that the focus is on the music and not the performer. So, if it's going to be performed at all, it might be on a small stage and it might be just with a few people present. Maybe it's just the other musicians that are there and they're just playing for each other. That could be it too. In review, folk music is simply music of the folk or common people. It's usually not written down, so it is taught by singing together. Songs are easy to sing so that they can be shared. Easily accessible instruments are used, like the guitar. Folk music is shared and not performed, usually in small spaces with little or no audience at all. Okay? There's your rundown on folk music, General Music. And how do I stop sharing?